William Albert Ackman, an American billionaire hedge fund manager born on May 11, 1966. He's the brain behind Pershing Square Capital Management, a company that deals with managing hedge funds. Ackman isn't your typical investor. He's what you might call an activist investor. This means he actively gets involved in the companies he invests in, rather than just sitting back and watching. According to Forbes, as of January 2024, Ackman's net worth was around $4 billion. William Albert Ackman grew up in Chappaqua, New York, as the son of Ronnie First and Lawrence David Ackman. His father was once the chairman of a prominent New York real estate financing firm called Ackman Ziff Real Estate Group. Ackman's roots trace back to an Ashkenazi Jewish heritage. He pursued his education diligently, graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Social Studies from Harvard College in 1988. For his thesis, he explored the topic of scaling the Ivy Wall, the Jewish and Asian American experience in Harvard admissions. Later in 1992, he earned a Master of Business Administration degree from Harvard Business School, solidifying his academic foundation. In 1992, Ackman teamed up with fellow Harvard graduate David P. Berkowitz to establish Gotham Partners, an investment firm. Their focus was on making small investments in public companies. 3 years later, in 1995, Ackman joined forces with the insurance and real estate giant Leucadia National to bid for the iconic Rockefeller Center. Although their bid fell through, it drew significant attention to Gotham Partners, leading to a substantial increase in assets under management, reaching $500 million by 1998. However, by 2002, Gotham found itself entangled in legal disputes with external shareholders who had stakes in the companies it invested in. In the same year, Ackman delved into researching MBIA, aiming to challenge Standard & Poor's AAA rating of its bonds. This endeavor involved extensive document copying, with Ackman pushing for a separation between MBIA's structured finance and municipal bond insurance businesses. He contended that MBIA had overstepped its legal boundaries by trading credit default swap protection and using a subsidiary corporation, Lacrosse Financial Products, dubbed as an orphan transformer. During the financial crisis of 2007-2008, Ackman made a substantial profit by purchasing credit default swaps against MBIA corporate debt and subsequently selling them. He officially closed his short position on MBIA in January 2009. A notable dispute emerged between Ackman and Carl Icahn in 2003 over a deal involving Hallwood Realty. They agreed to a peculiar arrangement termed schmuck insurance, where if Icahn sold the shares within 3 years and made a profit exceeding 10%, they would split the proceeds. Icahn sold the shares to HRPT Property Trust in April 2004, resulting in a significant profit. However, when Icahn refused to pay Ackman his share, a legal battle ensued. Nearly 8 years later, Icahn was compelled by court order to pay Ackman the owed amount, along with 9% annual interest. In 2004, armed with $54 million from his personal finances and contributions from his former business partner, Leucadia National, Ackman launched Pershing Square Capital Management. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in his investment journey. By 2010, Pershing Square had set its sights on JCPenney, acquiring 39 million shares at an average price of $22 each, amounting to an 18% stake in the company. However, this venture took a turn in August 2013 when Ackman resigned from the board amidst disagreements with other board members, abruptly ending their efforts to transform the department store. In January 2015, Ackman received recognition from LCH Investments as one of the world's top 20 hedge fund managers. This acknowledgement came after Pershing Square delivered a staggering $4.5 billion in net gains for investors in 2014 alone, bringing the fund's cumulative gains to $11.6 billion since its inception in 2004. On April 27, 2016, Ackman found himself in the spotlight once again, this time testifying alongside Valeant Pharmaceuticals' outgoing CEO, J. Michael Pearson, and former interim CEO Howard Schiller, before the United States Senate Special Committee on Aging. The committee raised concerns about Valeant's business model and pricing practices, and Ackman, as a shareholder, acknowledged his endorsement of the company's strategy. However, this association with Valeant proved costly for Ackman, as he sold his remaining 27.2 million shares to Jefferies for approximately $300 million in March 2017. The total cost of his position, including direct stock purchases and underlying stock options, was estimated at $4.6 billion, resulting in a substantial loss. Ackman is known for his unconventional approach to investing, often making bold moves that defy conventional wisdom. He believes in going against the grain and making calls that others might see as too risky or controversial. Some of his most notable investments include his actions during the financial crisis of 2007-2008, where he famously bet against MBIA's bonds. He's also been involved in high-profile battles, such as his proxy fight with Canadian Pacific Railway. Additionally, he's taken significant stakes in companies like Target Corporation, Valent Pharmaceuticals, and Chipotle Mexican Grill. One of his most publicized endeavors was his $1 billion short position against Herbalife, a nutrition company he labeled as a pyramid scheme, disguised as a multi-level marketing firm. This stance was highlighted in the documentary film Betting on Zero. After a period of underperformance between 2015 and 2018, Ackman made a strategic decision to refocus his efforts. He cut down on staff, reduced investor visits that took up too much of his time, and dedicated himself to intensive research. This shift paid off, with Pershing Square delivering impressive returns of 58.1% in 2019, earning it recognition as one of the top-performing hedge funds worldwide. In December 2012, a notable event ignited a high-stakes financial feud that would grip Wall Street for years to come. It began when billionaire investor Bill Ackman, through his hedge fund Pershing Square Capital Management, unleashed a scathing critique of Herbalife's business model, branding it a pyramid scheme. Ackman's bold move didn't stop at words. He put his money where his mouth was, initiating a significant short-selling position on Herbalife shares. The market trembled as Herbalife's stock price plummeted in response to Ackman's allegations, setting the stage for a showdown of titans in the finance world. Enter Carl Icahn, another heavyweight investor, who publicly clashed with Ackman over Herbalife's fate. Icahn not only challenged Ackman's accusations, but also began accumulating Herbalife shares, openly defying Ackman's bearish stance. As Icahn's stake in Herbalife grew, so did the company's resilience in the face of Ackman's onslaught. By May 2013, Icahn held a significant 16.5% ownership in Herbalife, a move that sent shockwaves through the market and signaled a fierce battle ahead. Amidst the escalating conflict, Ackman doubled down on his crusade against Herbalife, pouring millions into a high-profile public relations campaign to discredit the company. However, his tactics drew scrutiny from various quarters, including former regulators and politicians who questioned his motives and methods. Allegations surfaced suggesting Ackman's maneuvers aimed not only to expose Herbalife, but also to manipulate its stock price for personal gain, sparking calls for investigations into his conduct. Despite the intense scrutiny and legal battles, Ackman remained resolute, convinced of Herbalife's impending downfall. However, as the years passed, his position weakened, culminating in a significant financial blow when Herbalife reached a settlement with the FTC in 2016. Ackman's once formidable short position crumbled, leading to a public admission of defeat in 2018 as he finally exited his billion-dollar bet against Herbalife. The saga, marked by ego clashes and market volatility, came to a close, leaving behind a cautionary tale of hubris and the unpredictable nature of financial warfare. Ackman's personal life has seen its share of changes. He tied the knot with Karen Ann Herskowitz, a landscape architect, on July 10, 1994, and together they have 3 children. However, in December 2016, reports surfaced about the couple's separation. In 2018, Ackman found love again and became engaged to Neri Oxman. The following year, in January 2019, they exchanged vows at the Central Synagogue in Manhattan and welcomed their first child together in the spring of the same year. However, their relationship attracted attention when Ackman intervened regarding mentions of Oxman in connection with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender who had donated to Oxman's lab at MIT Media Lab. Politically, Ackman has shown support for Michael Bloomberg in the 2016 presidential election and has a history of donating to Democratic candidates and organizations over the years. Apart from his financial ventures, Ackman enjoys tennis and has even made a bold statement about his skills, suggesting he could hold his own in a doubles match against legendary player John McEnroe. As of 2017, Ackman owned a Gulfstream G550 business jet, reflecting his success in penchant for luxury. Bill Ackman, a prominent figure in finance, is not only known for his investment strategies, but also for his dedication to philanthropy. As a signatory of the Giving Pledge, Ackman has pledged to donate at least half of his wealth to charitable causes during his lifetime. His generosity knows no bounds as he actively supports various organizations and initiatives across different sectors. One notable contribution is Ackman's involvement with the Center for Jewish History, where he played a pivotal role in retiring a significant amount of debt, personally contributing millions of dollars. His generosity, alongside other prominent donors, marked a turning point for the center, demonstrating Ackman's commitment to preserving cultural heritage. In addition to his support for cultural endeavors, Ackman has also made substantial donations to causes focused on social justice and healthcare. His foundation, the Pershing Square Foundation, has been instrumental in supporting innovation in economic development, education, healthcare, and human rights. Notably, Ackman's contributions to organizations like the Innocence Project and Planned Parenthood highlight his dedication to making a positive impact on society. Ackman's philanthropic efforts extend beyond monetary donations. He actively participates in fundraising events and initiatives, such as the Challenged Athletes Foundation Gala, where his support helped raise millions for individuals with physical disabilities. Furthermore, Ackman's recent donation of shares in a South Korean e-commerce company valued at over $1 billion underscores his ongoing commitment to giving back. His generosity continues to make a meaningful difference in the lives of many, exemplifying the power of philanthropy to drive positive change in the world. William Albert Ackman leaves a legacy defined by both his influential presence in the world of finance and his significant contributions to philanthropy. As a renowned investor and hedge fund manager, Ackman's bold strategies and outspoken nature shaped the landscape of Wall Street, earning him both admiration and controversy. Beyond his financial endeavors, Ackman's commitment to giving back through initiatives such as the Giving Pledge and the Pershing Square Foundation exemplifies his dedication to making a positive impact on society. His philanthropic efforts, spanning various causes from cultural preservation to social justice, leave a lasting legacy of generosity and compassion that continues to inspire others to contribute to the betterment of humanity.